Hi guys, I'm Diane and this is Narrow Dreams, and today I'm going to talk about narrowboat gardening. Now, as you go around the system, if you take time to look at all the narrowboats that you might come across, you'll see varying degrees of gardening or lack of it. Some boats are just very clean on top, nothing resembling a garden at all. Some boats have lots of other things on the roof and on the decks, so no room for any plants and things. And I've seen others that look like a floating version of Kew Gardens. In fact, some of them I've seen, I'm not sure if they'd really be able to move, because I don't see how you could see where you're going, and I think you'd struggle to get under bridges and through tight locks with other things hanging off the side. My aim is to have somewhere between nothing and Kew Gardens, to be honest, so don't be expecting to see the most amazing floating garden when I show you around what I've got. But you know, I have just started, so come and have a look what we've done. So it's a rather windy day today. I hope you can hear the recording. You can just see, if we look at the canal, quite how windy it is. So we're actually moored right on the bank edge, as you may have seen from previous videos. So this little bit of ground here, that boat there, nobody really comes to it much, and we've got a picnic table out there. So this little bit of ground next to the boat is sort of like a garden, but it isn't actually our garden area. The marina come and mow the grass. There are some moorings in this marina that actually have garden areas where they are responsible for the gardening, but that's not the case here. However, you know, we do have use of the picnic table, and we've got a little barbecue that we use. Well, it's our barbecue, so if we want to barbecue, we've got space. But our bits of garden are the things that we've planted and put on the boat. So if we have a look what we've got, I've actually got a couple of square tubs that have got herbs in. So this one here has got some sage in. This is sage. Sage you can use in cooking. I tend to use it mostly for sore throats. It's very good if you make a tea and gargle with sage tea. Clears the sore throat right up. And this here is rosemary. Lovely on lamb. Neil and Sam also like it on fish, so it gets used quite a lot for that. And they do say, I mean, I don't have a garden gate, obviously, being on a boat, but that's probably about as close as we get, right in front of the bow doors. So if you keep rosemary by your garden gate, it keeps unwanted visitors away, so that's always good. And then I've got a couple of different types of mint in this one. This one's just ordinary garden mint. I'm not sure what this one is, because these two plants were actually gifted to me from one of the boaters on the marina, which was very kind. And there's also a couple of little seedlings there that I am assured are chilli plants, so we'll see if they grow into anything. And then in this planter I've got two different lots of thyme. I've got an ordinary garden thyme and a lemon thyme. Now you can use thyme in cooking, it's very nice, but I don't use it that often, so I've let it flower just because it looks pretty. If you were using it, you'd pinch out the flowers, because the less it flowers, the more leaves it's going to produce, which is what you want if you're going to use it. And this is oregano, which is nice in sort of any tomato based things, you know, Italian cooking and things. It's very nice. So I do use those herbs, but you know, they do just look rather nice. And if we come down the side of the boat, We've got a few pots on top now, not many, as I say. This is just the start really of our boat garden. So here, I don't know how clearly you can see it because of the sun, I've only just got this one today, and this is a lavender, just an ordinary English lavender, that one. And the reason I got that is mainly to attract bees, but it does smell wonderful as well, obviously, and looks very nice. This one I'm actually going to water, so I will show you how I do that in a minute. This is another one that I've just bought today. That's another mint. We've got some parsley and some more thyme, and it's got gravel on the top. And then this is another, it's what's called a ribbon lavender. So again, it smells very nice and very good for the bees. Now I'm going to show you how I water the plants. What I will say is, after I've done this, it is very important to always, well, wash my hands, and I always put some anti-bac on, because of Weil's disease, basically, because I may end up getting some canal water on me, because the way I water my plants, as you know, all us boaters have to fill our water up. Any fresh water that we want comes from our tank. So I have, just under here, under the lip on the bow, I have a watering can. Now it does have some water in, but I'm going to show you how I fill it. So I get hold of it, pick it up by the spout, just lean over the edge of the boat, and if you can see, I'm just dipping it in there, filling it up with water. Doesn't actually touch the top handle, but still, I always make sure I wash my hands afterwards. So I'm going to water the plants. I'm not going to water the herbs on the front because I did those earlier. So we go back down here, and I'll just give these a little bit of water. These are, as I say, these are the new ones. So give them a drink. Hopefully that'll pick that mint up. And we'll give the lavender a bit of a drink as well. There we go. Now, here's ones that are a bit more established. These are a fantastic idea for a boat. You have to put a little bit of, we've got a little bit of foam underneath just to stop it scratching your paintwork, but they just hook onto the side of the boat, sort of a plant pot size, and you can just put whatever you like in them. And I also got a matching little pot that goes on here, so it's got petunias in and impatiens and some sweet williams. And again, we've got another one. So there isn't an awful lot on there at the minute. As I say, you get some that do have an awful lot on. We haven't really got any in the marina. In fact, if you look round, you can see that practically all the boats don't have any on, because the ones that usually do have probably gone out for the summer. So I think it makes it look a bit nicer. I don't really miss the garden, because what we used to love is sitting in the garden. Well, I can do that here. I can sit there, and I can sit, which is where I usually do sit. Most of you that know the channel will probably know where I sit if you watch it, but that's where I sit, right on the bow deck, just looking at that lovely view. down the canal. It's not a bad old moor in this one. But you may have noticed, as I was watering the plants and showing you what pots, you can see them from here. I've got little rubber mats. They're actually the ones you buy for children that form like a bigger play mat for them, because they're sort of like jigsaw pieces. But it just stops the pots scratching the top of the boat. So that is my narrowboat garden. It will get bigger. I'm hoping, as you can see, we've got the herbs, and I do love growing the herbs and using them. But I am hoping next year to be able to grow maybe some lettuce, maybe some tomatoes, hopefully some strawberries, maybe in sort of the hanging pots on the side, because they could tumble down. But I would really love your comments on any narrowboat gardening that you've done and what you've been successful at growing in pots, and whereabouts on your narrowboat you're growing them. Are you growing them on the front? Are you growing them? I mean, there is room on the deck, but we do use it quite extensively for sitting on, and it is our main way in and out of the boat. So it's probably going to be more practical for us, and as you can see, we've got quite a lot of roof room. So where on your boat you've grown it and what has been successful for you. So I have now been in and washed my hands, and as you can see from my viewpoint, I'm sitting on the deck where I've just shown you, so I can see the herbs. I don't see the others on the roof unless I'm sort of off the boat, but I am quite often off the boat, just hanging around and sitting on the bench out there. There's a cruiser just coming down, but we're also fortunate enough to have, well, I say fortunate in one way and not in another, but I'll explain that in a minute. We're fortunate enough to have a silver birch tree right next to the boat. Fortunate because you may be able to see that there are bird feeders that we've put in the tree to encourage the birds to come. It's always lovely to watch them feeding. What it does is it drops that right down the side of the boat onto the paintwork, so it is a bit of a job washing that off, but I think that's only going to be in spring, so hopefully it won't be too bad. We also had a little garden visitor on the weekend. If you look at the side of that green thing, that's my handle of the watering can, you can see we had a little field mouse. It was absolutely tiny, and then he got off again. So I hope you've enjoyed watching the video. I would love to hear your comments on what you think about our efforts so far, but also on your own narrowboat gardening and what you've managed to grow in pots. If you have enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. Even if you haven't, give it a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, it would be great if I could see that number going up. I mean, for me, we've got over 520 at the minute, which is amazing. But you know, it would be really lovely to see that going up. So if you'd like to see more videos, do subscribe to the channel. If you want to be notified when there are new videos, if you click the bell icon after you subscribe, you have to be subscribed to do that, then it will notify you when there's any new videos out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.